Well, we are back on another video on the baby Camry Corolla, and on the last video we did some couple of things on this car and we fixed the starter motor, which we thought we were going to buy another one, but we actually fixed it and we took the car for its first drive since over 3 years. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. The link is at the top right hand corner. And today we are about to do more things, because on the previous video we have discovered that we have rust on the petrol tank, and I think that's the first thing that we should do. We must take the petrol tank out and try to get the rust off. So before we start with the video, make sure to hit the like button, to hit the subscribe button if you haven't hit those buttons. It's not the only thing that we're going to do on this car. We're going to try to transform the exterior of this car, so let's do it. I'm gonna start by removing the petrol tank right over there. Then yeah, I'm gonna jack the car up and then remove all the fuel lines.
So we must remove this pipe right over here and this one over here.
There are only 2 pipes that I need to remove under the car. After removing those pipes, it's time to remove the straps that are holding the petrol tank to the car. Only thing that I needed to remove the petrol tank is a long extension and a wrench and a 40mm. And not forgetting to disconnect the 2 pipes under the bench seat and the connector for the fuel gauge. I decided to remove the whole petrol gauge unit just to have more clearance when I'm removing the petrol tank. And using a T-screwdriver sufficed flawless. And after disconnecting everything from the top, I can go under the car and then remove the petrol tank, which was easier said than done. Well, we finally got the petrol tank out, and first thing we need to do is clean it on the outside before we go on the inside. I had to remove the exhaust, which I thought it was the bolts were going to break, but they didn't. And I had to remove the heat shield, which one bolt broke for some reason. I don't know, because that bolt was already out, and towards the end of it coming out, it just broke. I was like, what the heck, bro? And we have another bolt that broke over there, so we only have 2 bolts that are broken. And I don't know how I'm going to do this because I don't have a drill no more, and I was about to drill this and then again get another bolt in. So at this point I don't know how I'm going to do it, because I cannot leave the heat shield like this, because when the car is running it's going to be heating over here. And what I'm thinking of doing, since the petrol tank is out, is clean it under the car. I know it's a dumb thing, but I just want to clean just a little bit, just to make underneath the car to look much cleaner and much better than the way it is right now. And since the car is up in the air, I've decided that I'm going to remove the wheels so that I have more access to cleaning underneath the car, and I'm also going to paint the wheels. Also not forgetting to shove the wheel underneath the car for protection. Since the car was up in the air and the handbrake doesn't work, it was difficult to get the wheels off, but in the end I managed. I've decided to go and borrow a compressor so that I'll be able to blow off all the dust off, so that it will make it easier for me to actually clean the petrol tank. Well, my mom is going to kill me for this, but the only way to get rid of the rust that is in the petrol tank is, this is not the only way, but is one of the ways that you can do it. So I'm going to use what is this? I'm going to use vinegar to remove the rust in the petrol tank, because this is really good in terms of removing rust. I used to remove rust with this a lot of times and it always worked perfectly. So I think with this it's going to work as perfect as I'm hoping. And I got the petrol that was in here out. Now I'm going to pour vinegar in the petrol tank. Then we're going to see how good it will change the petrol tank. This is how the petrol tank is currently on the inside. This is not rust, it's just some dust, but the rust is the one on the side. This one on the side, that is the rust. So, and this is how clean the compressor can get it, but I think it's pretty good. I'm just going to clean it by myself, by hand, with soap and water. But first I want to clean the inside first before I do anything. Now I'm just going to pour the vinegar inside the petrol tank, which I think is not enough. After all of that, I'm going to get the petrol gauge unit back on the petrol tank so that I could be able to shake the petrol tank so that the vinegar can move around in the petrol tank and remove all the rust in the spots that I cannot be able to get to. So after shaking it for a few minutes, I'm gonna let this sit for the rest of the night. Then tomorrow I'm going to shake it again, then remove the vinegar and see if it will actually make any difference. So back on the car, I want to clean this whole area and underneath, and also paint the drums. So that's what we're about to do now. So let's do it. So I'm gonna pour some degreaser in here. Guys, make sure to hit that like button because I'm using water and it is winter and it's actually cold and I'm wearing my shorts. So hit that like button for this sacrifice. Make sure to hit that like button. I want to clean this whole area. So yeah, let's do it. Right now what I'm going to be focusing on is cleaning underneath the car because I'm planning on painting. I'm going to try to remove all of the dust, all of the dirt out, and try to remove all of the rust underneath the car. And when I'm saying underneath, I mean underneath. I know some of you are not agreeing with me because it's underneath the car and it's going to get dirty anytime soon, but I feel like this car actually needs this type of refreshment. And after cleaning the drums, I'm also going to be painting them. Because I want to paint, because I did remove some of the rust underneath the car. Right now what I'm planning on doing is painting everything that needs to be painted black to be black, but I'm not going to use a black paint. I'm going to use a stone chip. If you do remember, I bought this for the BMW and I still have a lot of it, so I'm going to use it. And I also bought a white paint which I'm going to use underneath the car. So but first I want to start with the black before I go with the white. So, or maybe I might start with the white then go with the black. I think doing that will be proper. So let me start with the white then go with the black, because I've removed majority of rust on this side and on the driver side. And on the driver side there is a spot where it needs to be welded on, and I don't have a welder, so I think I'm going to use another method which will also prevent any rust from continuing. Also bought a white paint and thinners. All of these things, they cost me around 140 rand. I think this was the cheapest and this was a little bit expensive. I'm not going to use a gun, that's why I have this, and I decided to also buy a brush. So this cost me about, I think it was 40 rand. So yeah, I need to use a brush so that I'll be able to get to those spots where I can, with the spray gun I'm going to do overspray. So with this, there's not going to be any overspray. So let's paint underneath.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball.
So we are not actually complete with the paint, but it came out really pretty good as I have expected. There are some oversprays, there are some overpaint over here, which is not a big problem, which is not a problem at all, even over here, because I'm gonna paint this black and over here black, and this black as well, and over here and under the car. As you can see, even under here I did paint, even though some places I was not able to paint because there were some dirt over there, and well, it's underneath the car, so it didn't matter. I didn't want to try to be perfect because that's not the total aim of this. I'm going to try to paint that black so that I just want to make it look not rusty as it is. So I'm gonna remove the rust and paint everything. So let's see how the petrol tank looks on the inside. So if it actually still the same, or the rust is gone, or we have minimized the rust. So I'm just gonna open it. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. Well, it looks like the vinegar didn't do anything because there's still a lot of rust in the petrol tank, which means the vinegar didn't work at all. But what I'm actually thinking is that the vinegar was not enough to remove the rust because I didn't pour a lot of vinegar in here. What I've decided to do is go and buy 5 liters of vinegar. Now I bought a 5 liter, which cost about less than 50 rand. So I'm going to pour 5 liters of vinegar in the petrol tank just to clean all the rust. If the rust doesn't disappear, all of it, I'm just gonna let the petrol tank be the way it is. Someone commented that the petrol tank is actually not bad, and I think they are actually correct because I poured in some petrol in here just to see how bad the petrol will be when I'm going to pour it out, and it wasn't that bad. So it was just me exaggerating things. But now I'm just gonna pour this in just to try to make it better than the way it is. So because I've already bought this. So I got 2 rims that I want to clean. Then after that I'm going to respray. I'm going to prepare them to get painted. Since the paint underneath the car is still drying and we have poured 5 liters of vinegar in the petrol tank, we are going to now take our focus on the wheels. I've decided that I'm going to take the wheels and try to paint them and get them 100% looking good. I know that on camera they kind of look good, but in reality they don't actually look this good. But I'm going to try as best as I can to get it 100% looking better than the way they are right now. With the wheels, I ended up using body filler on all of the wheels because they had some deep scratches which I wasn't gonna be able to remove. This one didn't have a lot of scratches, but I did use body filler on some of the spokes. I went ahead and bought sandpapers and a tape. All of this, they cost me around I think it was 200 if I'm not mistaken. I don't have the slip. I don't know, I think I throw the slip, or I don't know where the slip is at, but this is the expensive part. These ones are not actually expensive. It's 10 rand for the hash one, and for the 800 is about 7 rand. So all of them, I don't know how much this one costs. I think it's about 100 and something. So it was expensive, but nevertheless this is what we're going to need. And we also have paint, so I'm going to also paint the rims. First started off with 180 grade sandpaper, which was perfect to remove the body filler, but it took longer to actually remove all of the body filler. So because I was running out of daylight, I decided to go back to the store and buy 60 grade sandpaper, which is one of the harshest sandpaper and is usually used for removing rust. And I'm just gonna use it as the first step to remove the body filler and to smoothen the wheel. And here are the steps of the sandpapers that I'm going to be using to smooth down the wheels. Well, I'm not yet done preparing the wheels, and I was about to take this other wheel because it also needs some body filler, because you can see there are some spots where body filler needs to go in there so that this will be smooth. So I thought of doing this wheel. I'm like, I have another wheel on the car, so I need to take this wheel out and then do the same thing as I'm doing with the other wheels. So I decided to put another wheel there at the back and lower the car and get the wheels on. So the car is lowered, and on camera it doesn't look good. Let me try to look at that. Look how good it is over there, bro. Like, you cannot tell me that does not look good. The blue and the white, they look phenomenal. Look at that, the white over there plus the blue over there with the wheel. It makes any wheel look good. So for now, that's what I've accomplished so far. So I'm just gonna take that other wheel off. And then do the same thing as the other wheels. Well guys, you saw the phone fell and I almost thought the screen was broke, but it wasn't broken. It does have a crack right now. I thought it was over for the screen, and if the screen breaks again, I'm not gonna buy another screen so that I'll be able to edit a video and get it on YouTube, because since this year I've only got paid once on YouTube. So I don't think the money that I'm getting from YouTube is going to be like worth me doing fixing a phone or buying another phone just to do videos, because the channel is not actually growing. It's like people have started doing YouTube this year and they are bigger than this channel, and we have been on this channel for 3 years, and it took me 1.5 years to get monetized. 1.5 years I was doing videos and I wasn't monetized at all, and I've been monetized, I think was last year towards the end of December. Yeah, I think last year towards the end of December. So if you see me not posting any videos anymore, it's because my phone is broke, because I'm using this and sometimes it's not working properly, sometimes it is working properly. So that's why sometimes I record by using my hand so that the phone won't fall. So I just wanted to put that out, because if you see me no longer being on YouTube, just know that my phone broke and I'm not gonna buy another phone. It's not worth it. So we got the arch lining out. Here it is, which was a pain in the back, but we finally got it out. I thought I was going to find a lot of rust over here, but there is no rust over here. I'm just gonna clean this whole side, all of it, then I'm going to paint it white. Then yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm gonna clean it first, then try to get some sandpaper and clean it a little bit, then paint it. With this wheel, I just cleaned the wheel. It's not actually 100% clean, but it's cleaner than how it was, and I'm just gonna be preparing it to get paint. Before I paint it, I'm going to clean it again. So those 3 wheels are not yet prepared. Those 2 are prepared. This one and this one still needs to be prepared to get painted. So I'm gonna let that be for now. I'm just gonna wait for this wheel to dry while I'll be cleaning that side, then painting it, because I think that will be the easiest and will be the quickest. So I'm about to do it now. Well, all the wheels are covered and ready to get painted. This is not perfect. They are not perfect, and I wasn't aiming for perfection. I just wanted the wheels to actually look good, and I tried my best. It took me 1.5 days to actually get them looking, well, to look the way they're going to come out. There is going to be some scratches, there is going to be some dent, because I did see that there's a couple of places that I missed, but I'm just going to paint it anyway. It's going to look good, I know that for a fact. So I'll see you when the wheels are painted. The last part of the puzzle is a clear coat. So let me spray the clear coat on all 4 of the wheels. Well, the wheel is now acting weird since I've used the clear coat, and this is the only wheel that I used clear coat all over. This one I used clear coat on the sides, as you can see from there, and the ones that I didn't use clear coat, you can see how good they still look. So I'm no longer going to use clear coat on both of those and all the place that I needed to do on this one. This is the wheel that has clear coat on it, and it is good, but it does not. It now has wrinkles. So yeah, but it's not too bad. So here are the wheels. I'm just gonna let this one dry. I'm gonna take those two outside. All the wheels are outside, and you can see from afar they look mint. They look 100% looking good. This one is the one that I use clear coat on it. It is shiny. Clear coat makes it look shiny, but the problem is the reaction that it has when it is combined with the spray. So I'm not gonna spray the clear coat again. I'm just gonna let the wheels be, because these two wheels, they look dry. They are shiny, but they look dry, and that one looks a little bit wet, which is good. But the thing is, when you get close to it, you can see the wrinkles. I don't know if you can see it properly, but there are some wrinkles. Maybe they'll go away after it dries up. If they go away after it dries up, then I'm going to use the clear coat on both of those wheels and this wheel as well. So what I want to do now is remove this headlights and clean from the inside, because if you can check, it has a lot of brown on it. You can check that light out is actually brown. It's not actually clear the way it's supposed to be, and there's a lot of dust in the light. So I'm going to remove with the indicator light as well, and I'm going to install the indicator light from this side. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to remove this. So yeah, let me remove it now. I'm gonna pour water in here. The next thing to do is get 800 grade sandpaper to get all the dirt out. I can use 600 then use 800, but I'm just gonna start with 800 immediately. So this is the 800, and now I'm going to use 1000 grid or P1000. And I also decided to do the same thing with the rear tail light. So I'm just gonna open the bonnet and remove the covers and remove the tail light. It's basically going to be the same method as I used on the front headlights. We got all the lights out, and we're going to do the same thing as we did with the front headlights. the rear lights, they actually came out pretty good without using anything but the same papers. With a lot of elbow grease, I was able to get them to this condition, and they're not actually bad. They're just even. They're not shiny, but they actually, I can fit them on the car like this and they will look good. The only thing is that this one has a lot of dirt in it and I cannot remove it. The only way to remove that is by removing the cover, and if I remove the cover, it's going to break. Like you can see, there's a crack over here and there's another crack over here. If I try to remove the covers, I'm telling you, I'm going to break the tail lights and I will need to buy brand new ones. So I don't have to do that. I just try to clean it as best as I can, the way I did with the front headlights. So what I'm going to do now is going to give it a clear coat, and we're going to see how they will look after the clear coat. This is how the taillight actually came out. They look pretty nice. I don't want to tamper with them. I'm just going to let them dry. But this one, I thought maybe the dirt is going to show too much, but it doesn't show a lot. But this one does. As you can see from here, there's a lot of brown, and I tried to the best of my ability to get it clean, but I cannot get it crystal clear as this one. This one is crystal clear, but you can still see some dirt in there, but from afar you won't be able to see anything. This one, even when you are far from it, you're just going to see some brown in there. I don't know how I can remove that, but for now I think the taillight look exceptional. Now that I'm waiting for the headlights and the rear lights to dry, I'm just gonna remove the covering of the wheels so that I'll be able to get them back on the car. And I'm also planning on removing the oversprays on the tires, which was done by the previous owner. But before we get the wheel on, we need to get the wheel arch on first, then the wheel can go on. I tried to remove all of the oversprays, but they were too deep, so this is how the wheel looks now. Hopefully the overspray will go away when I'm busy driving the car. Now it's just a marathon of getting everything back where it belongs. And I'm also going to get a bolt to tighten the bumper because it was loose on this driver's side. And after all of that, it's time to get the headlights back on the car because they are now dry. And I have to say, they look brand new. And now I can get the rear tail lights on. So the lights look brand new, to be honest. They look 100% brand new. The only thing that is killing it is the indicator light, because you can see from the inside over here, you can see there's a lot of dirt. I didn't try to revive it because of these things, because it is harder to actually remove them, because you can see even on the inside of this brand new looking light there is some dirt over there, and the only way to remove that is by removing the lens and then going on the inside and cleaning it that. But the only thing that I'm afraid of, this is plastic, it will actually break, so I don't want to break it and buy another one. So it will go with the same with this. I don't know what I'm going to do. If it gets me to a point where I need to buy another one, then I have no choice but to try to open this one. If it breaks, then now I have no choice but to actually buy a brand new one. And same goes with this one on this side. Even though it is not actually in, I just put it there so that I can be able to see what's actually happening. The light actually look brand new, I cannot lie. And this one is disappointing because look at the front, bruh. The front look so good, but the only issue that the front is having is this thing that is holding the light and the grill. It is actually pushed back, because you can see the bonnet is actually at the front and the light is deep inside. You can see from here the light is deep inside. It's supposed to come out a little bit. I think it is bent from this part, so I need to unbend it so that it can go over here. So same goes with this one on this side. As you can see, there is a gap, so this needs to come out a little bit, and this light is also needs to come out a little bit, but the front is actually coming out correct. And another thing that makes me think that this is actually bent is because I can see this type of things, like where you bolt the bumper on the car. You are not supposed to see that, so which means this needs to go at the front, this needs to come back to the front so that it will actually look as good as it's supposed to. I've just completed doing installing the taillights, and they look amazing. They look 10 times better than the way they used to look. And looking at this one, it looks so brand new, and this two also looks brand new, two of them. But the only one that is disappointing is this one, because there's a lot of dust in it and it's looking brown, not clear as this one. But nevertheless, it looks amazing. I cannot complain too much. And another thing that I've noticed is that this car had an accident here at the rear, because you can see there's a big gap over here, and on this side there's no gap at all. There is a gap, maybe it's the way it's supposed to be, I don't know, but I thought there's not supposed to be any gap. Or maybe it's just me, maybe I haven't installed the tail lights the way it's supposed to, because I didn't check both sides, because I thought maybe he had an accident on this side, but it looks like maybe I didn't install them properly. But from afar they look good. And another thing that I need to do is, this is actually broken, you can see from here, so I need to change it, or I need to try to fix it. Well, you know what we're going to do, we're going to try to fix it and make it look nice, because we don't want to spend too much money on unnecessary stuff. And the bumper, it looks like the bumper needs to go in as well, and on the side the bumper is 100% in, and I did the same thing on this side. It is actually in. If you remember, this side it used to be hanging, and now I think it is coming together pretty nice. And looking at the bonnet, it's actually higher. You can see there's a big gap, and over here is the way it's supposed to. I think it needs to go right at the back over here. I need to push it towards the back so that it can be aligned with this a little bit. Then I'm going to bend it over here so that it could be straight, a little bit straight. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side, because you can see it's a little bit higher than the way it's supposed to be, so it needs to be worked on a little bit. So we have not accomplished everything that we needed to accomplish, because we don't have the petrol tank in the car, but a lot of things have been done on this car, and I just want to show you the result. It's not actually a banging result, but it's actually a good result. And let me show you how the car actually looks, even though the sun is down now, but I just want to show you how it looks. So here we go.
What we do here is go back.
Well, that will be the end of what we have accomplished so far, because my days of working on it has passed, and this is the end result of the car, how it actually looks. I know we still have a lot to do, but I'm just gonna end the video here. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button, to hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video, where we're going to get the petrol tank in, and we're going to do, I think we must do the wiring before we actually go further with the exterior look, because we are not actually even close to getting there, because the car still needs to be polished or repainted. We're not actually sure. So I'll see you guys on the next one.